unlocking all Biome Badges fast in 7 Days to Die 2.0. As you all know by now, 7 Days to Die 2.0 has completely revamped their progression system for the base game. You can no longer go exploring right off the bat. You now have to go out of your way to complete Biome Badges, which honestly aren't too bad. Let's quickly get into it. We will go over the challenges for each badge as well as what you should know before entering each biome, such as smoothies, environmental hazards, and special zombies. Before you enter, you should know what you are up against. Before you earn any Biome Badges, you will take damage in each biome after being in it for so long. All of them except for the pine forest, but it starts with 3 minutes in the burnt biome, 2 minutes in the desert, 1 minute in the snow, and then 30 seconds in the wasteland. After those timers run out, you will begin to die at a rate of 1 HP per 2 seconds or so. When you leave these hazardous biomes, you will need to wait to recover before heading back in. Your main goal is obviously to not take damage in these biomes so you can take advantage of the biome loot boosts for long term, and not these short intervals. To do this, you will need to unlock Biome Badges. The unlocking path for the biomes has to be in this specific order. You have to go burnt forest, then desert, then snow, then finally wasteland. Each Biome Badge for its respective biome will grant you immunity to that biome, while increasing the amount of time you can stay in the more difficult biomes. So once you unlock the burnt Biome Badge, everything will shift up, giving you 3 minutes in the desert, 2 minutes in the snow, and 1 minute in the wasteland. Do not try to skip a biome and try earning a badge for a higher tier biome before doing the other ones. The challenges will be more challenging with a shorter immunity period, and you can't fully complete the badge until you have completed the previous biome. Of course, you can increase your immunity with smoothies, but you probably need something from that biome to make the smoothie. We'll go over more of that in a specific smoothie chapter later into the video. All of the Biome Badges have a challenge that requires you to complete the previous Biome Badge, making it impossible to skip a Biome Badge even if you wanted to. Now let's go into how you can complete the 7 challenges for each Biome Badge. They all have similar challenges, they're pretty much the same but geared to those specific biomes. To check them, go to your challenges tab, aka this little trophy icon, then the biomes tab, which will be this sun. Here you can view all the challenges and track their progression. If you don't see this, it means that you have not completed your tutorial challenges, so make sure to do that. For the very first challenge, you have to equip any armor that isn't primitive armor. Then for other biomes first challenge, you have to unlock the previous Biome Badge as mentioned earlier. So the first challenge for the burnt forest is the one with the armor. The first challenge for the desert, you have to complete the burnt Biome Badge completely. You can skip and start completing the later desert challenges, but eventually you will have to come back and complete the burnt Biome Badge before being able to earn the desert Biome Badge. For the second challenge, you will have to harvest specific items in each biome. For the burnt badge, you will need to find mushrooms. For the desert, aloe vera, then blueberries in the snow, and radiated mushrooms in the wasteland. A crucial takeaway you need to know is to play around the borders. I'd even recommend setting up a temporary base right on the border if a Biome Badge is going to take a minute. You can simply head inside and start looking for these items. The mushrooms in the burnt forest do blend in pretty well, but they aren't super hard to come across. And if you really don't enjoy looking for these crops, make sure to take a look at the Living Off the Land perk, which will help you have a chance to harvest additional crops with levels 2 and 3. For the third biome challenges, you will need to craft a smoothie, which will require the item that you just harvested in the previous challenge. The smoothies are the best item when it comes to completing these challenges, as they buy you extra time for their respective biomes before you begin to take damage. The burnt smoothie requires coal, plant fibers, mushrooms, and water. Plant fibers are obviously easy to come across. For water, buy it from a trader or boil murky water with a cooking pot. Then for the coal, look for any burnt tree and harvest it, and you will earn some coal. The Oasis smoothie, aka the desert smoothie, requires aloe vera, oil shale, mushrooms, and water. For the oil shale, look for these shiny blocks and just mine them for some oil shale. There is a harvesting resources challenge, which you might want to get that out of the way here, but we will come back to that. The frostbite smoothie requires blueberries, snowballs, animal fat, and also water. For the snowballs, really simple, just shovel some snow and you will stack up pretty quickly. And for the animal fat, kill any animal and harvest them with a sharp tool, such as a hunting knife or a bow knife. You can use other items with a sharp edge as well. These are just the more efficient harvesting tools. For the atomic smoothies, you will need 5 yucca fruits, 1 ear of super corn, 5 radiated mushrooms, and a bottle of acid. This is by far the hardest smoothie to craft. Best case is you came across these items as you were doing the previous biomes, but if not, yucca fruits can be found harvesting this plant in the desert or by harvesting cactuses as well. One ear of supercorn needs to be looted. This you will have to find just by playing the game and looting, but you can get a guarantee spawn at Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn Farm. I'll show on screen here exactly where it is. You just go into the front door, then head down to this area and you will see it in here. Watch out for the flames, make sure to either go around or turn those off. For the bottle of acid, you will have to find this when looting. You want to go to areas with a lot of food or medical supplies. That's how I was able to find one. But also make sure you are checking with your trader, as you never know when they will sell one of these. When crafting and drinking these, consider adding points to perks such as Iron Gut for the buffs to last longer, and also Master Chef to make them at a cheaper cost and faster. I actually found out while recording that this Iron Gut perk does not extend the immunity in the biome, so keep that in mind before you invest some perk points into it. Now moving on to the fourth challenge in each biome, you will need to harvest certain materials, them being nitrate, oil shell, coal, and lead respectively for the biomes in order. You can find the big loads in these biomes, so this won't be too hard to complete, especially if you buy yourself some extra time with a smoothie from the previous challenge. But this one I recommend you don't drink the smoothie just yet, and just work around the border going back and forth. For this, you might want to consider adding points to Motherlode and Miner 69er to gather these materials more efficiently. I'd like to take a second to point out something very important, and it's not the elephant in the room, it's the subscribe button down below. Make sure to click that if you are finding the video helpful for more content like this, and now back to the video. The fifth challenge will require you to find and kill the specific special zombies for each biome. 5 of the burnt zombies, 10 of the plague spitters, 15 frost claws, and 20 radiated zombies. Since this challenge probably requires you to go a little bit deeper, you may want to use your smoothie during these. While you are killing zombies with your smoothie activated, you can also work on the 6th and 7th challenge, them being loot any container and survive in the biomes for a specific amount of time. For the biomes, it's 5, 10, 15, and 20 loot containers needed for the biomes respective to their difficulty. And then for the survival time, it is 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 25 minutes, and finally 30 minutes needed to survive in each biome. As long as you are looting and surviving as you normally do, this should be completed simultaneously as you complete the other challenges. And if not, make sure to track your progress in the challenges tab under the sun icon. Remember, all of these challenges can only be progressed in their biome, so you can't kill frost claws in the wasteland, they have to be killed in the snow biome for them to count. As you complete a set of challenges, head to the trader for your biome badge and begin working on the next one. Before you click out, make sure to check out this video on 15 looting tips I highly recommend you go see. And also click the subscribe button if you did find something useful, and let me know any tips I missed down below. Till next time, love ya, see ya.